Hey all you sketchy people, welcome back to my channel. Jack here, and in today's video we're going to go back in time to when we went across the pond to England and Scotland for some vacation and sketchy people fun. This era was before I was doing a YouTube channel, so I wanted to gather up some video and photos and the sketchy people that I saw on this vacation and share with you today. So without further ado, let's get sketchy.
Where are you going?
England!
And before we've even boarded our flight, this is a sketchy quote that I heard. I love airports for people watching. And we've arrived in London, England. And you know me, I love my seagulls. So I got some gulls here with Big Ben. And Big Ben here at Westminster. This clock was completed in 1859, and it's gorgeous. This architecture is really amazing, and it was so awesome to just get here in London, have the weather on our side, and to take a stroll. And it's so photogenic. And if you're there, I highly suggest getting in the Eye. It's a gigantic Ferris wheel, getting a awesome bird's eye view of the birds. You know, I can't get enough of these seagulls. Love them. And they were everywhere. But it's touristy, but the Eye is very worth it. Had a blast, and even a seagull splat. Wonder how that got there. And we were staying at a hotel called the Rookery, and they had their own hotel cat. This is Bagheera. Piccadilly Circus was pretty awesome, and you know, I'm a fan of English breakfast too. I was wary going in, heard all the talk about a bad English breakfast, but it was good. And this is the first Sketchy People entry from London, and did not disappoint. And we walked our way over to Buckingham Palace, and there was so much energy, a buzz around this place, and we hung out for the changing of the guard. And it was just cool to be part of all this tradition, to see it all firsthand, and just kind of a fun way to just people watch and hang out. And I met Brando. Brando was rocking some really good attire, and I talked to Brando real quick. Brando was from New York, and it was a good sketch. And saw this person pretty close back to our hotel. Just love a good cape weather.
Read the directions, and directly you'll be directed in the right direction.
Drink me.
So if you're in London, I mean, you got to do a high tea, and we found a Alice in Wonderland themed high tea. And Alice in Wonderland is my favorite Disney movie. It was the first movie I ever saw, actually, and it's probably a huge reason why I got into cartooning. But high tea is simply divine. It was so fun, so good.
Hey! Out!
And we booked a sightseeing tour today, and our first stop was here at Windsor Castle. I think a sightseeing tour is really beneficial because it conserves your energy, and you get to do a lot of really great tourist sightseeing.
Have you ever been to Stonehenge? The triptychs are 20 feet high.
Our next stop was Stonehenge, and it was remarkable. It was beautiful, and I was dropping Spinal Tap quotes all day long. And speaking of Spinal Tap, I've got some show updates for you. Saturday, July 12th, I'll be at the Mississippi Street Fair. The next day, Sunday, July 13th, I'll be at the Portland Pickles game doing live sketches of you, so you yourself could become a sketchy person. Saturday, August 2nd, I'll be at the St. John's Art Walk set up in front of Revolution's Bookshop. Sunday, August 24th, let's watch Spinal Tap on the big screen at the Tomorrow Theater. I'll be hosting a sketch session before that movie so we can see Stonehenge on the big screen and crank it up to 11. And finally, September 5th to 7th, the almighty Rose City Comic Con returns to the Oregon Convention Center, and yours truly will be in Artist Alley. So come on by and get sketchy at one of these dates. Now, let's get back to England. The city of Bath is really breathtaking. It's unlike anything else. I highly suggest doing these tours that will take you around because you get to see so much great things and don't have to worry about driving, figuring out what to do. Very worth it, and we had a blast. So our first leg of London was done, and here we are at King's Cross train station to go up to Edinburgh, Scotland. And some famous scenes from the Harry Potter films were filmed here at King's Cross, and they had stars on the ground, and all of the Harry Potter stars this guy was given the bird to, which I thought was just hilarious. And right when you get out of the train station, you are greeted by this. Overall, this town's got such amazing Gothic architecture, but this here is the Scott Monument for Scottish author Sir Walter Scott. This was built in 1846 and is just a jaw-dropping welcoming to what this city has to offer for Gothic architecture. And walking around this city is just so majestic and old world. It is just so beautiful. I love Edinburgh, Scotland. And classic Scottish breakfast did not disappoint. Got some blood pudding and some haggis in there, and it was delicious. Highly suggest doing it. I think Scottish breakfast and English breakfast get a lot of hate. I think it's actually really tasty. And a good overheard at that restaurant. Yep, this was said. Yeah, this was a fun one. This dog got set on the sink counter and was whining, and then this guy said this. And just catching up on some London sketchy people here. I loved going to a cafe every morning and just taking it in. Black Sheep coffee was my go-to. You know, when you're there on the main street with the Scott Monument, well, you really can't go wrong. And we even met Hazel the owl. Got to hold an owl. Beautiful. And I just love walking around the city. It's got so many nooks and crannies, so many things to look at. It's a beautifully laid out city. And there's a castle in the middle of the city. We could show you so many photos of castles, but I'm just going to give you a little bit of a taste. There's a castle coming up I really want to save for you all. And so we also took a day trip all the way up to a small town called Stonehaven, and we went by train, and the bridge we're on right now was built in 1890. This is the fourth bridge, and it's a cantilever bridge. It is just a behemoth and is really cool. And there's 3 bridges spanning this estuary, and that took us to Stonehaven. And you gotta kick it off with some seagull action, of course. Stonehaven is such a picturesque fishing village. I was smitten with it immediately, and walking around this town was so awe-inspiring of just how old the architecture was. We stopped and got lunch here on the shorefront right here, and the sun was out, and got to see my favorite car of all time, this Jaguar XJS. I love especially late 70s models, but Jaguar is just a beautiful car. This color is awesome. Love this midnight blue look. Okay, enough car talk. On our way to Dunnottar Castle, and the reason why we went to Dunnottar Castle here in Stonehaven is because my wife's family, the Keiths, are from Scotland, specifically from this castle right here. This was ran by the Keith family from the 14th century. This castle's been here since the Middle Ages, and it is just breathtaking, sitting high atop these cliffs overlooking the North Sea. A glorious day in Stonehaven and here at Dunnottar Castle, seeing my wife's Keith family history. And now, let's go see if we can find Nessie. And right here, I think I see Nessie right there. No, well, maybe not. Wait, right here. This has got to be oh wait, no, that's just a Heelan Coo. Well, we didn't see Nessie, but it was a glorious boat ride on Loch Ness.
Hi guys, our three bridges. On the left hand side, you have the first one built in the 19th century. The one that we're on today, built in the 20th century. And the one to the right, built in the 21st century. Three bridges spanning 300 years within 3 miles of each other on the same estuary. They broke many records throughout the years, but for me, that is one of the best.
And we're back in London. And it was really great to travel back to the city. And this is Tower Bridge right here. This was built in 1894. A beautiful bridge. And we even took a double-decker bus tour. And I say if you can do a bus tour, I highly suggest doing it. It's very well worth it. And this is actually from a cab trip we took over Tower Bridge because we had extra time in London because our flight got canceled. Yeah, we sat on the tarmac at Heathrow for 8 hours. Ugh. But they rescheduled our flight, not for the next day, but for the day after. So we had like an extra 48 hours here in London. So when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade and you go see more of this amazing city. And so we were able to take in a double-decker bus ride. We got to get back to the rookery and see our feline friend Bagheera, so that was great. We got to go up to the art district of Camden and see this awesome heavy metal busker right here, and that was a really fun sketch to do. And yeah, we got a little bit more time here in London because of that flight cancellation, so we actually got to go to the tower and, you know, just kind of take in a little bit more London before we returned across the pond. Got to do a little more sightseeing here. And we even made it out to a really cool district called Portobello and got to see this very awesome dapper man riding this bike, which was really fun. And it was just so great to do some sketchy people sketches abroad. You know, I hadn't really done it to this level, and I really enjoyed it. Very eye-opening and very awesome. So why is Bridge Cafe all day breakfast, teas, and coffees signage in this video? Well, I just kind of wanted to share it. I feel it's such a random sign. It probably never gets photographed. It's really at first pass nothing to look at, but once upon a time this was a brand new sign. Somebody ordered this, somebody was excited to put it in, and it's still showing, and I wanted to feature it in this video. It's minutia stuff like this in life that I really like to try and pay attention to. So Bridge Cafe, here you go. And we were making our way back to the airport when I saw this dude riding the bike. Loved that hat, and I just was lucky with this snapshot as a reference for this last sketch of sketchy people for this trip. It was really awesome, and I love grocery shopping in other countries. It's so fun to see all the different products, and I fell in love with Trebor. I love mints, and Trebor was awesome. Thank you so much for watching my video until the end. It truly means a lot. I hope you enjoyed this little recap of our vacation to England and Scotland. It was a lot of fun, and I learned that I really do love English and Scottish breakfast. Yum yum, give me some. Follow along on Instagram, on TikTok, website link down below. And if I haven't drawn you yet, stay your true, lovely, sketchy selves, because you could be next. Nanu nanu.
Mr. Crawley, you're very new to our way of life. I beg your pardon.